Hi, Jamie. So, in response to your question about what I feel is the best practice for teaching multiple language features at once, I think that the number one thing that needs to happen is you apply a needs assessment at the very beginning of a course and then provide formative assessment throughout the course just to check and see how your students are doing and whether or not, number one, the fact that you're teaching multiple language features is having an impact on their language acquisition. But number two, that they are not ending up having more confusion rather than less. So I think that that's an important thing to keep in mind. Beyond that, I think that it's important that as you progress through a course, that you bring up the language features that were already taught earlier so that the course kind of builds upon itself. I think that that's much more likely to lead to the students acquiring an understanding of those features if they are tasked with having to recall them. But again, that comes back to formative assessment. If the students are feeling overwhelmed, or if as you add more and more language features, you see performance start to dip, then you need to reconsider just how much content you're tasking them with, working with at one time. Those are just a couple of thoughts that I have about it. I know in my own experience, um, I would do my best to focus in on particular language features. My teaching context was one in which our courses typically only lasted a couple months. We would meet once a week for 3 hours over a 2 month period. And so it was difficult to kind of build off, from one lesson to the next in that context. If we had met more often, I would feel more comfortable with doing that. But in any case, considering your context, utilizing formative assessment, and then building upon previous knowledge where possible. I think those are three things to consider when considering the instruction of multiple language features.